When it comes to talking about the police, most people that you come across are going to say that, you know, they do a good job, that they are there when you need them, and probably have some sort of example as to when either they've needed the police or they've seen the police in action, and usually it's not too much of a recent thing. The reason that I do this video is because there are still people out there who just for some reason seem to want to take their anger out towards the police, and this is kind of hard to explain, but it's where I'm mentally sitting on this, is that people are wrong in the way that they treat the police. In most people's lives, you're not going to actually need the police. But when you do need them, it's a simple case of phoning either, what have we got over here, 101, 999, in America 911, other countries, other numbers, blah blah blah, and they will be there. And it doesn't matter what situation you are in, the police will be there. And this is around the world. I mean, I know that there are different police units that have different laws and everything like that, but I'm just going to focus on kind of like the western part, because there's some things that I need you to see. Northern Ireland have a police service called the PSNI, and that stands for Police Service Northern Ireland, which is kind of a bit obvious until you know. Anyway, they, year in and year out, they get just these humongous riots kicking off, and literally with kind of not much of a reason behind them. I think one of the main ones that they get is when the religious people kind of try to kick off with each other, which has been happening for years. This isn't a new thing, by the way. And there's something to do with the parade and the route that it takes, and it goes to a certain area, and people in that area don't want the thing, and it's just, oh, it's mind-boggling. But this is how it ends up. as you can see there, the police are kind of getting the brunt of it all there. The reason that I show that to you is because this is where I get confused a little bit. You see, the people that go to work as police officers are normal people. You know, out of uniform, you're probably not going to recognise them until they say, I work in the police. And even then, you're like, well, you're not in uniform, that's not. Anyway, so I don't get why people feel the need to always take it out on the police. You know, there is always, in any riot, where the police are there to kind of restore things back to calm, the police seem to get all this hate, and it's like, well, hang on, why are you dealing with that? You know, this thing in Northern Ireland, like the footage that I just showed you, is between religious groups and people fighting and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands here, but it's something. But that's the main conflict. You've got these religious groups going at each other, and the police are there kind of in the middle going, you know what, back off, and let's, you know, talk about this. Let's just, you know, be polite. And then they get, of course, like petrol bombs. What else have I seen thrown at them? There was a thing not that long ago, about 2 years ago in London, and there was a tube of arsenic thrown at the police or something like that. Bricks, bottles, basically whatever can be thrown at the police is usually thrown at the police. And I just don't get it. You know, it's kind of like moving the focus of the anger away from the people that you are angry with to the police that actually haven't done anything wrong. I don't get why they get punished so much. You know, it's a case of they're there to restore the calm and, you know, bring about a sense of normality to an area. And I don't get why they get pelted with all of this shit. I don't get it. One of the most fabulous things about watching, especially the PSNI, because I believe that they have them all, they have these Land Rovers, I think they are. They're basically like really old 4x4s that are armoured, and I have seen these vehicles have petrol bombs thrown at them. I've seen bricks, bits of pavement and tarmac, literally people jumping on them, and these vehicles are just like, yeah, and is that all you've got, really? And it's just, these vehicles are just amazing. I secretly love watching them in action, because I'm just like, these vehicles, like, what actually destroys these vehicles? I mean, really, these things can drive over petrol and not ignite. I mean, what the fuck is with that? So I love watching them. I think the only time I've seen in England the armoured vehicles come out is when in 2011, in the August riots that we had, that literally spread across the country, and I think it's only one police force that brought them out, but they had the armoured vehicles out, and you look at them and you're like, well, that's, you know, you've got the things over your windows and not much, and you're just like, that they can't take much. But then you see the ones in Northern Ireland and you're like, oh wow, they were built for a beating, and they get it, usually a couple of times per year as well. Look, I didn't intend for this to be a really long video. I really didn't. The only thing that I can say in this video is I don't understand where this hatred of the police comes in. I don't get why in riot situations and, you know, when it's kicking off like that, I don't get why the police are targeted so much. And the main thing that seems disturbing to me about the whole thing is that the police is made up of normal people. They are just like you and me, yet they have to restore calm and order. That is their job to do so. And that's actually not a bad thing. But, you know, if you are watching this and you have taken part in these things, when you throw a bottle at a policeman, just imagine in your mind them without the uniform. You're throwing a bottle at a normal person that is just like you and me, that has opinions on these things, might not even agree, or might not agree with what's happened. They might be on your side, but they have to restore calm and order, and you're there throwing bottles at them and you're throwing petrol bombs at them and everything like that. I just don't get it.